Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 pushing his word, all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. And in this lesson, I want to go into the mark of the beast and just to plainly state what it is before I get started into the scriptures, that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, which RFID stands for radio frequency identification. And I got a video lined up just to show plainly what it is, how it's going to be administered. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying and to the point. We begin here in Revelation 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, the he being Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he has control of the earth right now. He's in the power seat. He's a part of that beast, NATO and the EU. America's a part of that, the great horde that rides the beast. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So, whether you got a low position in the society or you high up, you famous, you rich or poor, or, you in jail or you free. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. You go into that word mark. It's charagma. This is G5480, charagma. It says outline of biblical usage. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark. On the second definition says thing carved, sculpture, graven work. So, this is a physical mark. It's going to have to be physically put into you. It says a graven work. When you're carving something, you're digging into it. Verse, and also, it says it marking their right hand or in their foreheads, but go to different precepts, Revelation 14, 9, and 10. It just says your hand. So it can be your right hand or your left hand. You're still gonna receive the judgment that's set for taking the MOTB. All right, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And the name of the beast, that's included with the mark. It's basically, you get that RFID chip in you. You basically put Esau's name on you now. Verse 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And Salakia, let me backtrack because I want to go back to verse 16 and into that word mark and get the root words of it. So the root, this is charagma, and then you got the root of charagma is G5482, which is karax. And that's the outline of biblical usage says a pale or stake or palisade. So this is going into the actual instrument. If you were to look up a pale or stake, if you're building a fence, you got the pointy end, that you're going to drive into the ground, that symbolizes, that syringe. They look similar. It's a like it for not having these the pail pulled up, but I do have a video showing that the syringe. And then that's karax, which is the root word of charagma, and then you got the root word of karax, which is grapho. And I'll read the outline of biblical usage, the D definition. It says to write to one, i.e. by writing in a written epistle, says to give information, direction. So in this, the grapho, that's going into the information that's going to be on your chip, medical, your bank information, all those type of things. Or just useless information. Some people are using these chips to open their car doors, get into their house, things of that nature. So that's what grapho is going into. Now I'm gonna go back to Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And I'll go into the number right quick. which is G5516, which is chi psi stigma. Now, just looking at the character, you see the Greek, you see the chi, which looks like an X. That represents the X and out of Yahushua. Then you got the psi. That goes into the wisdom of Esau. And then you got the stigma. The stigma that goes into his mark, I believe. Let me see. The elder Yashawamba brought this out in Galatians, I believe. Galatians 6:17 says, "For from henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahushua." You know, this is Apostle Paul speaking. And you go into that word marks. It's G4742, stigma. The outline of biblical usage, it says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And they were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their god. So it's a mark pricked or branded upon the body, you know, or in the body. So that's what the stigma and chi psi stigma is going into in Revelation 13:16. And I'll get this next precept, Revelation 3:10, because this is when this is happening, when that mandatory, when they make it mandatory for everybody to have this mark, that will be known as the hour of temptation. And this Revelation 3:10, because thou have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, that's going to, you know, continue to do the work, continue to have faith and believe in Yahushua and on his word. That's keeping the word of his patience, keeping his testimony. It says, also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which the hour of temptation is when they make it mandatory for everyone to take the MOTB, that RFID CHIP, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You know, in this world right here, you know, there's many different worlds in the scripture, but this world is going into oikoumene, if I'm not mistaken. This is G3625, oikoumene. It says, outline of biblical usage, the inhabited earth. So everybody, Esau is going to make everybody on the earth, you know, take this RFID chip. But we know the elect won't take it. And I'll bring out this last precept, just going into the judgment for taking the chip. This is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. I say, so you know your judgment for taking the MOTB will be to be a part of that lake of fire. It says, you know, to be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Also, Yahushua and the angels going to be shooting laser beams. Hey, you don't want to feel that. You don't want to catch a laser beam from the Lord, from Yahushua. Man, that's going to be crazy. But I'll go back up to verse 9 now, because it says something that I want to break down. On Revelation 14:9, the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and the image of the beast that's going into the old image, you know, the image of Rome, ancient Rome, because everything that was done in ancient Rome it's basically a copy and paste for America. You know, they had the Senate house in ancient Rome. You got the Senate here in America. They had one leader to rule over them in Rome. We have the same thing today, a president, you know. We got a two-party system, the Democrats and the Republican. They had the plebeians and the patricians back in Rome. So that's what's the image of the beast, just following the ways of this system. And ultimately, if worshiping the image, that will lead you to taking the MOTB. Salakia, let me play this video and I'll end the lesson right there, showing that there's no sound also because there's music in this video, so I didn't want it to be, get any strikes for that. But as you can see, he has I'll play it back. He's showing it right here in his hand right there. You see him poking it, but this is the syringe instrument right there, that palisade, that stake, that that's what's going to administer it. And people are already lined up getting these. Some jobs are making it a requirement, but this will be mandated across the world. Apostle Tor always say at that time, when it begins to be mandated, things are going to be moving quick. But with that, I'm going to end the lesson right there, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakodash. Double honor to the apostle Noah, the great millstone who ruled well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 pushing his word, all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.